Yo. What's good? What's good? What's good? Peace, blessings, for the grace and honor to the Most High. Happy Sunday, good people. I know. I don't usually do Sundays. It's something that I do here and there. But to be honest with you, I had to do it. I had to do it for today. Uh, we're gonna talk. I didn't want to prolong this and none of that. We're gonna jump straight into it. We'll see the title. Shout out to my four friends, content creators. Oba Femi. Oba Femi defeats Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Let's talk about it. Hold on. First of all, I want to say congratulations to the man himself. It's been a very, very long time since I have seen a wrestler of my complexion that's dominant, that's consistent, that's old. Some of y'all don't know how I feel about black wrestlers in this country. I've always had my issues with them because I just never felt like they gave them the type of respect that they deserve. We can agree, disagree. And as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to black wrestlers, you just don't see them nearly enough. In main events, orbiting around any main titles, it's not happening. Let me put my glasses on for this. There we go. Much better. Oba Femi, who should he go against? Who should he challenge for the title? CM Punk or Roman Reigns? That's the question. What do we do moving forward with this brother? Clearly, he's an anomaly. It's not something that we've seen in WWE in over 10 years. Then so. I go as far as to say 20. We had Mark Henry, we had Booker T, we had Farouk. The list goes on. Junkyard Dog, Ron Simmons. What alias you want to pick? You've had a few black wrestlers in the company. They did okay. They've had little stints in here, but they never got the same type of respect that someone like a Stone Cold or a Rock got. Ever. And that was always my issue with black wrestlers. Mark Henry was made a fool of for years before the Hall of Fame. As soon as he got that, cut short. Booker T came over from WCW. He had a run, but they made him a joke. King Booker. I ain't gonna lie, that was funny as hell. The King Booker's shit, that was hilarious. He made that. Farouk never won the title. Ahmed Johnson never was really taken serious. I don't consider The Rock a black wrestler. Should we go on more and more? The black wrestlers in the WWE were always limited on their athletic skill. Tag teams, middleweight titles. Shelton Benjamin disappeared from the company for years. He came back. They did nothing with him. They put him in the hurt business. They flopped that. Big E flopped that. Kofi flopped that. They never put the same level of respect behind black wrestler. So when I'm seeing Oba Femi not only beat Brock once, he beat him twice. I would have never thought that would be a black wrestler that would get that type of respect. I thought my dream match was Bobby Lashley and Brock. When they put them two together, it was too late. By the time they had Bobby Lashley versus Brock, the build wasn't there. The gimmicks was weird. It just didn't have the same level of anticipation. That was at least that was one of my dream matches. And by the time we actually got it, it was like, this is cool, like good. Why y'all didn't do this sooner? I'm nitpicking. I am nitpicking. Why y'all didn't do this sooner? When Lashley was younger, when Brock was younger, like when he was still fresh, before he left and went on to the MMA stuff, why you didn't do it then? I'm spoiled. I came from a different generation of wrestling. Matches meant more. The writing was more impeccable, had more importance behind it. You weren't just throwing anything around, writing just random storylines that didn't make no sense with the person. You can't put every script with every wrestler, expect them to just go out there and do something with it, and then it's supposed to get over with the crowd. But it don't work like that. Not for me, anyway. Nonetheless, we did get them, and I'm cool with that. It just wasn't the same. It didn't hit the same. Fast forward, you get this gentleman who just pops up out of nowhere on NXT. First time I even cared to watch wrestling after a 3-year hiatus. And it caught my attention. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, all right. He got a title. He got the NXT title. So he must be really decent. Because they don't really be putting the build on no black brothers. So I started paying attention a little bit more. I'm still pissed off at the company for how they did Bray, how they did Wyatt 6, how they dropped the ball on a lot of these wrestlers. But I started paying attention to Oba. He popped out on Raw or SmackDown. He popped out on or in the Royal Rumble or something like that. And they ain't crap on him. I really thought they was gonna really like duke me all over him. They did. They made him look like he was important. And that's when I started really thinking this might be it. We might finally have some real representation over here in this company because y'all don't be putting respect on the melanated brothers and sisters like that. So he's building momentum. He got the aura, he got the mic work. What y'all be complaining about? You don't have enough of this and enough of that. To me, he got a combination of all of it. He don't need no managers and none of that. And he be winning. Dang, he don't look like he can just get ran over like the Brooklyn Brawler or some driver in the company. No, you're going to have to work. Whoever's been outside assisting with his development, they took time out in the shows. And it gave me a little hope, a little glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe, they're going to do right this time by this front. I hope and pray, and I've said this on a number of occasions, I hope and pray that they treat Oba Femi with the utmost respect. Do not drop the ball. Because y'all got to have it of creating this aura and this presence around somebody. But you nitpicking, you find excuses and reasons to destroy them completely. Because you don't know how to put them in the right situations. Who's the in-ring partners? Who are they feuding with over time? What's the time frame? How long are we supposed to create this build-up between this person and that person? Yeah, in 2026, you rushed through everything. Like my guy, he rushed through everything. Triple H, TKO, y'all have been some of the most disparaging people to collaborate with that business. Y'all should have stayed away from TKO. As far as I'm concerned, once you left USA, it was over. Once Linda McMahon got in the joint with Trump and them, it was over. Once we got PG, it was over. Once you got rid of Russo, it was over. As soon as you started getting more Budios, all that crap, it was done. And I see I try to make changes, but that's neither here nor there. We're here. Oba's here. He's doing his thing. The numbers speak for themselves. People want to see him. The question is, who do you want to see Oba against? Do you want to see him against Roman Reigns or CM Punk? I think there's a way that you can book this. Y'all need to hire me. I'm gonna give you some free game though. You just did something that many people don't. They forced Reigns on us. The back and forth between Reigns and Brock, we didn't need to see that as much as we did. But I kept shoving that match down our throat over and over and over and over again because you were doing everything in your power to get the people to connect with Reigns. You didn't have to put that much effort into over. All it took was 3 matches. Now, granted, with the first 2, y'all could have booked those better. This last one, I give you 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. The first 2, though, they were way too quick. They didn't highlight enough of each other's strengths and weaknesses. I would have liked to see more wrestling. Brock knows how to wrestle. Brock does not just do suplexes. I know he doesn't do it very often. This had been the one match or the one rivalry where he started bringing that stuff back. I would have loved to see him get in there and do it a bit more. But overall, nobody else was moving in there like that. CM Punk beat Cody Rhodes because of Randy Orton. CM Punk is not the same CM Punk he was before he left the company. However, you got CM Punk promo, Roman Reigns promo. CM Punk is by far better promo candidate. In terms of creating a feud, a storyline, you're going to get more for your buck. Put it this way, if you're looking for a war of words and a great match, you go with Oba and CM Punk. If you're looking for a great match, decent promo, you go with Reigns and Oba. Oba and Reigns would sell out more only because it's Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns beat CM Punk. Roman Reigns has had a longer run in the company than CM Punk. CM Punk left the company for a while. He's broken more records. But he's not a, like, on the mic, I'm a keep y'all glued to the TV screen type of a person. He's more of a, he gives that warrior feel, like that whole tribal chief shit versus the whole Oba thing. I can't think of the term he typically uses. The ruler versus the tribal chief. That sounds way better on a headline than the best in the world versus the ruler. But you're going to get a better back and forth between him and Punk. Now, this is how you could do it. Personally, I would save Reigns and Oba. Don't touch that match yet. Reigns versus Oba should be at WrestleMania. You can do CM Punk and Oba at some point here. But before you do that, make sure whatever CM Punk got going on outside of that is done. We don't need no interference from nobody else. When he locks in, I don't want to see a whole bunch of distractions, third parties in a ring. Matter of fact, just do this. Nobody has done what Oba has done for in years. His next few opponents, they need to be all either former heavyweight champions or legends. He needs to get in the ring with Orton. He needs to get in the ring again with Cody. And he needs to get in the ring with Gunther. He needs to put Gunther out the way. I'll save that for another time. He needs at least 2 or 3 people before he goes to Punk. Stretch it out. Let him have some nice feuds with a couple of people. Tie them all in. Make it make sense where everybody that he is facing has already gotten the ring with CM Punk. And over time, they have this back and forth leading up to them eventually getting into the ring. Do not throw him in the ring with CM Punk yet. He needs to be. He needs to go on a nice little run. I know he's doing cool now, but like the significance behind Oba's aura is the fact that he beat Brock. He has to walk, he has to talk, he has to gimmick. He's held titles. There's a lot there that you can continue to build on that would make it look as if CM Punk is the best in the world, et cetera, when he's never gotten the ring with him. CM Punk got in the ring with Brock. And look how that turned out. I say you give a timeline. You put a couple of people there first, then get the Punk. Let them go on a nice 6-month run. Y'all, like I say, y'all, I know y'all impatient. You want to rush through everything. Don't rush through this. Don't. There's magic in taking time with these type of things. I promise. Build up. Because what I don't want to happen is CM Punk is not no regular wrestler. He sells tickets. You got to use that to your advantage. Don't just put them in the match just because. No, make it mean something. Make it matter. And then once it really comes down to the fact that they get in the ring, and if CM Punk still has the title and you want to have it for the title, you don't even have to do that. But if you decide to do it, I would then have Roman Reigns costing the title. Take it from CM Punk over to Roman Reigns. You protect CM Punk, you protect Oba, and you still get a fire match. And you transition from one person to the next. Of course, this is just my 2 cents, but I absolutely would enjoy it. I think it would be dope. Oba Femi should not be in no mid card matches. That is good. Y'all need to be preparing him for main event spots. I need to see him in the ring with Orton. I need to see him in the ring with some in-ring generals. Like continue to build this ruler gimmick up. Build up on the in-ring psychology. Because I've seen what he can do. But he needs a little more experience. And not because of lack of, it's because you want a quality match. Y'all really willing to spend your hard-earned dime on seeing him versus either Punk or Reigns. At least if you're going to go that route, make sure that he can sell just as good as either or. So that means go ahead, give him more matches on Raw, give him more appearances, let him sit in commentary, call some matches, let him sit there and trash talk while he's doing in the ring. Whatever you do, WWE Triple H, do not, and I repeat, do not put him in any matches with jobbers. We beyond that at this point. No jobbers. He needs more legitimate wins from legitimate wrestlers with real history. Don't rush through none of that. I know y'all lazy. I know y'all really don't want to put a lot of love into your writing. Make every rivalry or feud that is in from this point on mean something, and don't make them 2-3 week back and forth. Stretch them things out a couple months at least. How you gonna start feuding with somebody on one day and then 2 weeks later you're already in a pay-per-view with the same person? And you like y'all ain't even had a chance to create no chemistry here. Like, what are we talking about? Y'all just be speeding through everything. That is so exhausting. I can't do it. Don't drop the ball. Am I asking for too much? You got something in your hand right here. Oba Femi. He could be one of the greatest black champions in history if this is played right. There's no doubt about that. If I had to put my money on which rivalry between these two would mean the most, it would absolutely be the ruler versus the OTC, the tribal chief. And I'm not even a fan of it. But I like that match more than I like him versus CM Punk. CM Punk is a better wrestler. He would bring the best out of Oba. He would make Oba a better in-ring competitor. Him versus Roman Reigns would be more of a clash of just brute force and aggression. I don't even know how to word that. So this is just my 2 cents. I do with that what you will. I'm curious to know what people think. Punk or Reigns? Who should go first? How should it play out? Should we stay on one show, go to the other? Which one would mean more? Y'all tell me. I'm out. Just wanted to drop that off. Y'all be easy. Peace.